commit my life to it. And so we have the first convert, the first worship service, the first building, the first translations. They print the Gospel of Matthew in Burmese, partly working off of some of the work of Felix Carey, who had started doing the book of Matthew. And then let's add one more first to understand this section of this first 10 years. He decides to make a trip to Ava, up to the capital, to meet the emperor. Now, the emperor is not anti-Christian. The emperor, by the way, it's a despotic rule. All power is in the emperor, and whatever he says goes. And so Judson wants permission for Burmese to be Christians. So if I am a Christian, the emperor would be reading it, you are giving up your Burmese citizenship. That's not what Judson wanted. He wanted them to remain Burmese, always be Burmese. There were no intention of changing their language, changing their culture, changing the way they dress, change the food they eat. It was a matter of exposing them to the good news that God loves you and His Son has died for your eternal redemption and well-being. And so he goes, this takes some boldness to go to the emperor, because as long as you're a little minority movement down in Rangoon that's not making any waves, you're all right. But he would dare go to the leader of the nation to get a blessing that it's okay for us to be here. And he gets to Ava, and it really is a wasted time. The emperor spends only a limited amount of time with him. Actually, the emperor is on his way to some other function, and they meet each other sort of in a hallway. And the emperor is impressed that this guy speaks the best Burmese he's ever heard a white man to do. This guy actually understands our language. Judson gives him a gold-plated copy of the Bible that he was translating, and the emperor hands it to one of his viceroys and says, well, I'm really not interested in the book, you can have it back. But he has the boldness to go confront or to meet the emperor. Now that'll always be a decision in missiology. Do we start with the leadership, or do we start with the people that live on the dumps? You understand? Where do we start? And again, he had no mission textbooks. He had no histories, no case studies to work from. He's the first one figuring out how to do this. We've got the modern mission movement begun. We've got the first little building built. We've got the first inquirer. We've got the first baptism. We've got actually 3 people that have now professed faith in Jesus Christ, and the church is starting to grow in Burma. Now our next little conversation will be about the bad times, because the 1820s will be a very rough time for the whole mission movement, Adoniram in particular. Thanks for being here today.